What's up, YouTube? I get to be help on the ground today. We're doing this removal on this tree. We're supposed to chip it and then dump it right here on top of this plastic, and they're gonna cover it. I guess it's infected. This tree's infected with a borer. And we're running the risk of it spreading, so we're trying to contain any infected wood with the borer. So hopefully we get to see the actual borer. I guess from my understanding we'll be able to see it, or you might be able to see it when we get down to the bigger pieces of wood. So far this is what we've gotten done. It's not climbable at all. I mean, there's pieces that just snap off. I'll show you. This would have been like a perfect crane job if we had a crane, but we don't, so we're kind of doing it from the roof and using the lift at the same time. So this limb here snapped when we threw a rope in there to rig from it, and when he did his pull test it snapped. Luckily it wasn't that far away from the roof, so it didn't really damage anything, and it was kind of slow. So I mean, that just goes to show you guys the condition of the tree. Not all of it's like this, but why run the risk and find out the hard way what limbs are or aren't in this condition. So I got a bit of a mess down here. I'm gonna help get this chipped up. Evaristo's the one doing the lift, or the removal with the lift, the platform, 72 footer. So yeah. No te enojes, Diego. Because of a borer that, from my understanding, affects the vascular system because of fungi. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm here with Beatrice.
Yeah, Beatrice Berman. I work for the UC Cooperative Extension in Orange County. So here's a little piece of wood. When the beetles enter into the tree, they make this little holes. I don't know if you can catch that. They're roughly the size of the tip of a ballpoint pen. So those are the things that we're looking at when we look for symptoms. And what happens is the beetles, these are the invasive shot-hole borer. They make galleries inside the tree, and in those galleries they grow a fungus that cause what is called a Fusarium dieback. So the fungus is their main source of food, and what happens is this fungus starts colonizing the rest of the tissue of the tree, and as a response the tree clogs its vessels, and then you don't get any movement of water and nutrients up and down the tree, and that ends up killing the tree. So this is a box elder that's been very, very heavily infested with shuffleborer.
So is the color of the galleys, is that partially due to the fungi?
Yes, the decoloration has to do with the fungi, but this is kind of old one. In general, the fungi looks more white. I can't really tell if this white here is the fungi or it's another decomposer, secondary fungi that's been sort of colonizing this, because this has been dead for a while.
Part of the like decomposing and
yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of this part of this wood already has other decomposing processes happening to it.
Yeah.
Because it's old.
Okay. And what do we expect to see on the lower, or what do you expect to see on the lower, bigger pieces?
Well, what happens especially with box elder is that because the wood is so soft, the beetle will penetrate all the way through the trunk. In other species, like in sycamores, they stay on the outer side of the trunk.
Okay.
But in box elder, usually they just go all the way through. So we're expecting that in the base, because it will retain more moist for longer, we'll still find live beetles inside the galleries.
Okay.
In other cases where we remove box elders, you just cut it and you'll find this, but in these galleries you'll find like rows of beetles in different stages of development.
So we might get to see that on those bigger pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Okay. So hopefully we get there today, and then we'll see what's in those bigger pieces.
Yeah.
Thank you. Red one is what?
That's the most dangerous one. That's the one doing most of the damage.
The red one, and then
that one's also doing damage.
So the red is called what again?
Fusarium.
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 And then the black
is graphium, like a graphite.
Graphite. Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to answer my last question. So he's a plant pathologist. I'm the entomologist.
Oh, okay.
So I study insects. He studies.
Yeah. Do you mind if you introduce yourself to the?
My name is Dr. John Kabashima with the University of California Cooperative Extension in Orange County.
Okay. And so you want to tell us what we're doing here today?
So what we're doing is we're removing a tree of the species box elder, and that happens to be the favorite species for the prolificus shot-hole borer. And the prolificus shot-hole borer carries 3 fungi in its mouth parts. And when it makes the tunnels in the tree, it grows the fungus on the walls of the tunnels. The beetle feeds on the fungus. The fungus is what kills the tree. The primary fungus here is this red one here. That's Fusarium. And then the one that's black in the tunnel, that's Graphium. So these are 2 of the 3 fungi that the beetle introduces into the tree. And so the fungi are the problem. They're the ones that are really killing the tree. The beetle's carrying the fungus to the tree and growing it. It's like a fungal garden for the beetle.
Okay.
That's why these beetles are called the ambrosia beetles, because they grow their own garden. This one is actually growing a living organism. It's growing a fungus.
And then, so what brought you to this area, this tree? I mean, I'm assuming there's more cases. Was there anything specific about this tree that we came here to this one?
There was a seminar here at the church right next door, and they had sycamores that were infested with the beetle. Now, I just walked over there and took a look at the sycamores, and there's one sycamore right in front of the auditorium that's the most heavily infested. and there's a few of the other sycamores that are lightly infested. That means that there was a source of infestation. The beetles initially attacked those sycamores came from somewhere. We know from the work that we've done in Orange County and San Diego and LA County that this beetle prefers box elder. So when we heard there's an infested box elder nearby,
Yeah.
then we came out here and met with Brian Stark. And Brian walked us around, and we were saying, we have an amplifier tree nearby, and if you have box elders, that's the preferred tree. So we had him take a look at the tree, and he said it looked like it's infested, and the tree's dying.
Yeah.
So then we contacted you, and he's having the tree removed, which is the strategy we're taking. When this beetle comes into a new area, it looks for its favorite host.
Yeah.
In this case, box elder, which it can build up much faster in box elder than in sycamore or oaks, because that tree, the wood is very soft. And the beetles can tunnel into it very quickly, grow its fungus, and multiply to high numbers. So once this tree starts to die like this, then the beetles will eventually leave the tree, and currently they're leaving the tree and they're infesting sycamores and any other box elders in the vicinity. So this is what we call an amplifier tree, and so the strategy is you find an amplifier tree, you remove it if it's already infested. If it's lightly infested, we might have tried treating it with insecticide and fungicide.
Okay.
The church should be treating that sycamore because that one tree is the most heavily infested. That's the amplifier tree amongst all their sycamores.
Okay.
So they need to take some action very quickly. They can either remove that tree or they could treat it with insecticide and fungicide.
Like you said, the amplified trees, we're going towards to hit those first to try to, as containment or try to minimize the spread.
Yeah, you want to remove the amplifier trees to remove the spread. Because the behavior of the beetle is it finds an amplifier tree and it spends several generations in that tree till it builds up the population to the hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Yeah.
And then when that tree starts to die, then those beetles fly out to the adjoining trees. The adjacent trees are usually not infested. It's usually one amplifier tree first.
Okay.
And then the population spreads out.
So at this stage, how this tree is now, are we catching it before they leave it? And
they've been leaving.
We're right in the process of leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a case of better late than never.
Yeah.
Because this tree is still producing a lot of beetles.
Yeah.
When we get further down into the trunks.
Yeah.
I was showing you with the laser. Did you see me pointing at that?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be where the really active population is.
Yeah.
So we're yet to get there, but once we get there, we're going to see a lot of beetles.
I think we'll be there soon.
And they're flying. I mean,
yeah.
You saw them.
Dale. Hey YouTube, I don't know if you could see, but we finished bringing the tree down. We still need some cleanup though. I wasn't able to get better shots. I was trying to haul ass and finish before it got dark. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you like it.